Hi everyone! Thank you so much for tuning in at this particular session, and I'm so thrilled to be sharing with you a topic called how to become the go-to expert in your industry in 5 simple steps. My name is Ian Lai and I am the brand storyteller from Brand Talks Asia, and it's such a privilege to be back here for ADAPT 2021. I will be giving you 5 gifts, okay? 5 actionable steps so that you can become the ultimate go-to person in your industry and elevate your expert status to the next level. And if you are ready for these 5 gifts, type a number 5, yeah? Alright, just to get started with a simple story about myself. So back in 2010, I was having a little bit of self-crisis myself. My first business kaput. My ex-girlfriend left me, and I had very little saving to last me for the next 3 months. And I had to start thinking about what is it that I wanted to do, right? So I wanted to start all over again, to begin a new branding company again. So I went on and met my ex-client, and we sat down for a drink. And at the session, he asked me one question, and this one question, until now, still impacting my life. He asked me, Ian, I know that you have done some work for brands like Milo, Nestle, but have you thought about branding yourself? Then, as a person who are in the branding industry for more than 10 years back then, it was such a shameful thing to hear from your client, right? Hey, you know how to brand for your company, but you do not know how to brand yourself. So that was actually a slap in the face, and it's also the kind of a wake-up call that I needed. Because I had, not a very good relationship with my clients, with my team, in fact, and people don't really see my true value. And in fact, the biggest problem actually comes from myself. I did not know how to carry myself. As an entrepreneur, I was more like an executive running around errands for the bigger bosses. So I took a deep look into myself, introspect, and I started to attend many courses. And I realized that I haven't been doing the right branding for myself. Simply put, I did not know what is it that I'm good at. I did not carry the right image or the right perception towards my clients. Hence, nobody believed in me. So it took me quite a while to understand that, and I've tried to apply what I have learned throughout my years in branding onto myself. And I did a total rebranding about myself from then on. And things actually got better after that. I get to meet the right people. I get to work with some of the most amazing SMEs and also MNC brands, such as Ferrari, such as Crocs, Yoast, Prudential, just to name a few. And right now we have been training clients like Lazada, AXA, and many other MNC brands out there. And I've compiled this method that you can apply immediately in what you are doing right now to shape that perception as the go-to expert in your industry. I call it the 5P brand building system, and this is how it goes. Now I want you to imagine yourself being in a hypermarket, but this hypermarket is a hypermarket of human beings, and you have to select an area to go onto first. That means having a rack to be stationed onto. So first thing first, you need to decide on which rack that you want to place yourself onto. The first P is platform. Now when I say platform, it means that if you're planning to change career, if you're planning to venture into a new business, then think about this platform, whether it is something that is advantageous for you, whether you have the huge passion and the huge expertise in this area. You need to find the most suitable battleground for yourself in order to have that advantage in your hands and make your brand mission known to other people so that people who are your prospect, they pay attention to what you do. So step 1, identify the platform. Select the right rack to go onto. Now once you have decided on the rack, right, look around you and find out who are the market players out there. And think about this. How can you stand out among them? Is it through a way of differentiating yourself? When they are talking to a group of target audience, you have to separate yourself in targeting different people, because the idea of who you are talking to is very important. So the second P that I'm giving to you is that you need to have a distinctive positioning, and you need to know who is your ideal customers, who are the ones that comes to you regularly and pay you the most revenue in engaging your services, in buying your products. And once you have identified that, you need to know what is it that makes you stand out from the rest of the people out there. You need to identify your unique selling proposition. That brings us to the third P. Now, people who are your prospects, who are your potential customers, might be pushing their shopping carts near your rack. So this is where you need to grab attention to make sure that they pay attention to you and not towards the other players out there. So what is the third P? The third P is your packaging. You need to have an outstanding packaging that tells people who you are, what you do, and what are your true values. Only with the right packaging and the right image, if you're talking about your own appearance, that would attract the right audience towards you. So right now, I want you to think about this. If your image, your own online image, doesn't really tell people who you are, what you do, and your true values, probably it's time for you to look into that. Because since the pandemic, we have been able to open up the market to the entire world. You can reach out to people far, far away from you. That's why the first impression is no longer the time that you shake hands with your prospect. It's your online image. Are you paying attention to your social media profile? Do you have a landing page, a website that gives people the right perception? It is time to get started. Next thing to elevate your status as the go-to expert in your industry is how you speak, your presentation. Now, I know that a lot of you are experts in what you do, but without the skill set or the knowledge to transmit these knowledges to the audience that you are talking to, you may be facing a lot of challenges with fierce competition out there. That's why having the ability to speak publicly, to speak virtually to 100 people, 1,000 people, that set you apart from your competitors and also enable you to communicate your values much more effectively. Are you creating content to promote your values? Are you sharing with people what is it that you do and how you see things differently in your industry? Because a lot of times in branding, one of the most important things is that are you telling a compelling stories to your audience to make sure that they understand your services and have the temptation to try you out? So that's the fourth P, which is presentation. The fifth P is publicity. Let me ask you this question. When do you start to brand yourself? Is it when you need to sell something or way before that? Now, I would suggest that you do it way before you need to sell something, because branding is a long-term effort, okay? You need to start building the perception in people's mind. Just like when people pass by the highway, they get to see billboards everywhere when they are driving on the highway. But most of the times, these billboards don't have any particular offer, right? They don't sell any particular thing. It's purely an identity, purely to create a rapport with you. Just imagine that you are looking at this particular billboard, for example, Panasonic washing machine, and every day you pass by. Sometimes you see it, sometimes you don't, but your subconscious is picking up. But one fine day, when your washing machine has broke down, guess what is the first brand name that pops up? Panasonic, right? And I want you to think about this. Are you utilizing your online billboard? That means your social media every single day, promoting what you do, giving values about your industry, and telling people you are the right people to go to. So whenever they need your service, they will think about you first. That's why you need to start branding yourself way before you need to sell something. So let's do an audit about your social media. Are you sharing with people your expertise? Are you giving out values to people every single day? or you're just showing people that you are such a foodie, right? You went to a lot of places to enjoy a lot of nice food every single day. Think about the kind of influence you can have on people by sharing the right kind of content before you need to sell something. And when they need your service, they will think about you first. Alright, so that is my 5P. Let's do a simple recap, yeah? First one is platform. Find the most advantageous platform for you to venture in. Second P is positioning. Do you know who you are talking to and how to stand out among your competitors? Knowing that will give you an extra edge over the rest of the people in the market. Third thing is packaging. Is your online and offline image projecting your true values? Is it doing you justice of what is it that you can provide for your client? If not, it's time for you to do something about it. Fourth P, presentation. How can you increase confidence in your audience? By telling them the right message with the right strategy. And the fifth P is publicity. Promote yourself, your true values every single day on social media. So when people need your service, they will think about you first. Alright, so those are my 5 gifts for you. And to thank all of you for listening until now, I have another bonus 5 more things to give to you. Just reach out to me on my email and I will send you 5 videos on personal branding. So this is my gift for you, and I hope that you have enjoyed my session so far. Follow me on my Facebook or LinkedIn, and I look forward to seeing a much better version of you coming out by the year 2022. Because I believe everyone has the ability to shine with your own uniqueness, because we are all meant to make a difference by being different. The biggest question that I have for you is that how can you see that within yourself first so that others can see the same thing within you? So with that, thank you so much to GY, and thank you so much to all of you amazing entrepreneurs who stay until this moment. Let's turn the impossible into I'm possible. And I look forward to seeing the best version of you. See you soon.